Alright, hey guys, my name is Renovac, otherwise known in the real world as Harrison, and this is a special video because it is for my English project that I'm doing for school, but as well it's something that I've uh, been doing as well as something I want to show other people as well. So, what I do right now in my free time is that I stream on Twitch. Twitch is a software website that helps people stream games live and talk to people. And for me personally, I love talking to people, so playing games and being able to talk to people who are like-minded like me is a big opportunity for me, I feel like. So yeah, and a game that I play that I really, really love is called Overwatch. And um, if you look over here at the Overwatch League, they have their own esports division. And what the thing is that, over observing these things in the past year about esports and video games as a whole, I see that a lot of people still don't see esports as kind of a way to also express your competitive side as well as have a love for sports. It's not traditional sports, but it's also um its own kind of sport. It uses different kinds of things. It requires different kinds of things. It uses your head, it uses your hands. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. What the video is going to be about today is it's going to be about basically, I'm going to be playing one game of Overwatch. I'm going to be describing the whole game as if somebody new was playing the game. And hopefully by the end of this video, I will hopefully convince you guys that maybe video games aren't just for fun, but they could also be an alternative for athleticism. Another way to express your competitive side, like I said before, as well as another way to play sports. So yeah, alright, and we've loaded into a game. So just for a little explanation here, what we have is your heroes that you could choose. So this is tank. They're more focused on protecting the damage and support, and you have your damage people who kind of are more focused on damaging the opponent, like I said. It's pretty self-explanatory. And you have your support, which keeps these two guys alive. And you guys have to work in you guys have to kind of work together to be able to pull off the win. And I'm going to go Orisa this round because, as it says here, there's only one tank, and hopefully that I'll be enough to help. So this is attack the point. So in this, you have to basically work with your team to capture the control point for as long as you can and get it to 100. And if you get it to 100, then you get the point. And there's a total of 3 rounds that can be. If you tie with each side, there's a total of 3 rounds. But if you're able to win, you could just do it in 2. And as you can see, people are moving in from there. You got healer, you got their tanks as well. So what we're doing this occasion is we're pushing the objective. So what we're doing now is we're pushing the other team to kind of back off a little bit. And as you just saw, we are able to get the point. And even if one of the players weren't able to push a little bit and died, I'm pretty sure that we wouldn't have been able to push the point. So that's very crucial when you're playing a game, is to kind of, even if you're playing by yourself or with another team, you have to be able to work well with the other team. You have to know what they're talking about. You have to know when to defend them. And what I just did was I put down a shield, and basically I'm trying to make sure that they don't die. And what you have here in the middle here, you see the 76%, is your ultimate ability, and each hero's ultimate ability, depending on who you are, is very different. And on the left, left corner you have your health bar, and on the right corner you have your abilities and the buttons that you need to press to do it. Your regular ability for me is just to shoot, and I would just press down left mouse button. And if I press down right mouse button, it shoots an orb for me that kind of attaches another person to it on the enemy side. And my left shift is basically making me more invulnerable, but I'm still vulnerable to die. And my E is a shield. So what you have here is I'm gonna put down my ultimate now, which basically gives more damage output. And now they're starting to push now because we're at 97%, and if they don't push a little more, then they won't be able to get it. But thankfully, we have a good team that is able to keep them all back, and we are able to capture this point for the first round.
Score 1-0.
Alright, so that last round was good, but I think if we want to perform better, I think, last round there were some people that were pushing in a little bit more, and I feel like if they just kind of step back a little bit and let the point kind of help itself, I feel like that'll be better. And what we're in here right now is the prep room. Basically, before a game starts, like it's counting down right now, you'll be in a prep room. It just gives you a little more time to choose your hero and who you want to be. And each hero, like I said, has a different kind of ability, and it's a different kind of map, but it's still attack. And now, see, as you can see, some maps are not as good for pushing in, but as you can see, some people pushed in a little too far and they died. But it's also about team play, and you have to know what you're doing. Like, see what this D.Va did? She just charged in. That wasn't good because she didn't wait for her team, and now her team's gonna kind of be forced to push in, which will kind of mess their whole tempo up. And on the left side, you see I'm on fire. That means you're just doing really good in the match, and it's basically their way of telling you. And you can see if your other teammates are doing on fire too. And what I just showed you is actually a little menu to show you on the bottom left how you're doing and how you're playing your game. So as you can see, I have 9 eliminations, I have 9 objective kills, and I have 26 seconds on the objective time. Gold status, basically showing that as of right now, I'm doing the most out of everybody. And see, now they're kind of split pushing, which split pushing is basically they push at you from different sides, and it kind of, if you could split push well, it kind of diverts the attention from other places, and they could successfully split push. But for this, they kind of didn't execute it as well. So now what we have to think about is kind of how long do we have. So we already captured half the point, and Mei just popped her ult, which is a good thing for us because now it'll freeze a little bit of them, and it'll just be easier for us to keep the point. See, what I just did was press L shift because D.Va, the person who just used her ultimate, her ability is basically a nuclear bomb, and if you get caught in that, you automatically die. And what I did with my L shift is that I said before that it gives you a little bit of resistance to attacks. So thankfully having that made me a little more resistant to that attack and helped keep me alive a little more. Otherwise I would have been dead if I didn't. So you really have to be careful when you hear one of those because they could be coming from either which side. And we're able to get the objective, and we've won. And this is basically the victory screen gives you, showing the team that won, and I'm in the middle pulling a
Play of the game.
And the play of the game is McCree. This is basically where it shows you the best player in the game. And as you can see, he did really well. He's able to get those kills. He's able to use his ultimate really well. and he's able to get, you know, kills on kills. And basically how you get a play of the game is if you do really well, and how many kills you get as well. And here is kind of the voting screen where you vote for, you know, maybe the player who did the best. And a lot of people are voting for Tracer, which you can do as well. And this is the victory screen, basically telling you how much XP you have, all your stats in the game, and yeah. Alright, so one more little thing is this button. It's an endorsed player. It's kind of to help, you know, it's kind of help promote, you know, good sportsmanship, and also like not being toxic, we say, is basically not being mean. And you can see different kinds of endorsement levels here. I personally am endorsement level 3, and you know, they're saying everybody here is good, everybody's nice. And you can see this level 5, I'm gonna give her a shot caller, which is basically saying she's really good, she was playing well, she shot called the game, and I think she really did. And I'm gonna give this to Lucio as well, because in this game, it's hard to find people who want to play healers, and if you have somebody who can play a healer and can play healer well, you know, it's a big help. It keeps you alive, and I think these two really did their job, as well as this McCree that was able to get a lot of kills off of, you know, the team as well. Yeah, so in the end, see, and what we just got was our own endorsements. So apart from giving endorsements, we can get our own endorsements for other people. You know, maybe if they thought you were a good teammate. And yeah. So that was one game of Overwatch, basically detailing everything you needed to do. And to end this off, I hope, you know, I hope you know that not only is, you know, playing games for fun, but it requires a lot of concentration, and you kind of have to know what you have to do. I hope I showed you in this, because there's a lot of just, you know, I didn't show it as much because we didn't really need to, but, you know, if another team had a hero which was hurting our team a lot, then you would have to change to suit the needs to take down that hero, because if you don't suit the needs to take down that hero, your whole team can come crumbling down, and ultimately it leads to you losing. But if you're able to adapt quickly, and you can snap at your head, and you could be like, okay, he's playing this person, I need to change to this person to help counter that, and you're able to do that, and you're able to kind of help your team more. That way, it not only will it lead you to winning, but it'll lead to a much more fun time in playing the game. And I think that's a big thing about games, is nowadays there's always team composition, and as well as adapting to the game. Also being able to help out your teammates and having that team coordination. You didn't see in this game because I wasn't playing with people that I normally play with, but we were all able to kind of tell without kind of talking to each other. We're able to tell, okay, this person needs healing, this person needs a shield. I put down my shields as tank over the needs of where I saw they were all grouped up as. So if I see all my damage people at one place, I'm like, okay, I need to help them, I need to defend them. So I put that there, and I make sure that maybe if they push in a little bit, they can push out, and, you know, they won't die. You know, and I think that's the thing with a lot of games and esports now, is a lot of just competition, team composition, and as well as, you know, being able to talk to your team well, being able to communicate well, and I think that, you know, playing video games competitively really helps that kind of, well, it kind of endorses that kind of good sportsmanship. And, you know, it's just like a regular sport. In regular sports where you have to make play-by-plays, you have to know what you're doing. This is the same, if not a little bit harder, because this requires a little less, you know, athleticism, a little more brain power. I'm not saying that sports overall requires less brain power, but I'm saying this requires a minute to minute adaptation, being able to quickly switch in between heroes, be able to use your abilities like I showed you on the bottom right before, being able to press Q, E, left shift, being able to like use your mouse. I lifted up my mouse, and it requires a lot of just knowing what you're doing. And for me personally, when I first started playing games, I too thought a it was a thing of just having fun. But over time, and as I started streaming, I realized, okay, this isn't something that is just playing games. It's something that, I could do competitively as well as play with others. Because when I play competitive Overwatch, I love the feeling. It's a thing of, personally, I am not too athletic, but when I'm able to play competitive in this, it makes me feel like I am competing in a sport. And it is a sport. They're esports. And, you know, I think ultimately overall, a lot of people think that esports players don't really make much. But if you look now on YouTube, people who play games, like just Ninja, who's a very well-known Fortnite player, he made $22 million last year. That number might be a little big or a little small, but he makes a lot of money, and a lot of people say this is a dying thing. But I personally, as well as the Twitch community, think this is not a dying thing, as well as this is something that's just starting out. This is something that's just it's in its infancy, and I think from here it's gonna go above and beyond and do great things. And I personally am in love to be part of this community and as well as Overwatch. And I hope this convinces you that games aren't only something to be, seen as just a game, but it can be seen as a sport where you use your mind and you use your hands, like I said before. But on that note, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. To my English teacher, thank you for a great year. Like I said before, this was probably one of my favorite English classes that I was able to do, and mostly because I was able to express myself as well as talk to people about my career without them laughing at me. And I thank you for giving me the outlet and kind of helping me figure out what I want to do. So to my professor, thank you so much, and to everybody else, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. I'm recording this on Saturday, May 25th. Memorial Day is Monday, so I hope you guys have a great Memorial Day. And yeah, goodbye.